Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking another look at another starter deck. This time we're taking a look at the blue-red deck. This is a Spells Matter build called Arcane Aggression. So let's go ahead and hop into the client and see what we're working with. Okay, so here's the deck as it is, as you'll find it on the client, completely unchanged. So what we're looking at here is we're looking at a whole bunch of different spells and a bunch of creatures that get benefits off of said spells. So you see Shore Up in here, you see G2 Amplifier, you see Lightning Strike, you see Third Path Iconoclast. Perfect example of this. The Third Path Iconoclast creates more creatures when you cast more spells. It's a pretty obvious include. Other things you might notice is you see Najal, and you also see Tolarian Terror, another card that is absolutely perfect for this style deck. Then you see things like Urabrask, Baral, and Kari Zev. So this deck is set up in such a way that it wants to play not a critical mass of creatures and threats, but a decent amount to give yourself board presence, and then try to control that board presence through cheap, efficient spells. Yeah. We've seen this this deck style done before, but this is an interesting take on it. So let's hop into the client and see what we can do to upgrade this pile. Okay, so here is our updated list. As always, I did not touch the mana base at all. It is 25 lands, blue and red, a few non-basic dual lands. What we did change is what's in the meat and potatoes of the deck here. So you look through the list here, you see some of the same cards that were in the original deck, because this isn't a complete overhaul. This is just an upgrade. So what you recognize is you probably see the Shore Ups are still here. It is a very good card. You still see the Lightning Strikes, the Volcanic Spite, the Third Path Iconoclast. You see the Tolarian Terror. Those are the cards that were in the deck, and we've probably either increased the number on them or just decided that they were good as is. So let's go through the card choices one by one, and we'll show you what this deck is really about now. So you take a look, we got Consider. Consider's in here because it puts spells potentially into your graveyard, which is something that Tolarian Terror wants, and also Seize the Storm might want to be in the graveyard as well, because that's flashback. We have 2 copies of Shore Up, good spell. We got a few copies of Play with Fire, just a little bit extra damage. If you happen to throw it at your opponent's face, you get to scry 1, so that's not too bad. We've got 3 copies of Lightning Strike and 3 copies of Volcanic Spite. These are in here as just more board control, maybe throw some damage at the enemy, deal with something that is difficult for your game plan. Volcanic Spite I happen to really like because it allows you to pitch dead cards from your hand, send it to the bottom of your library, and draw a fresh card. So Volcanic Spite definitely gets the include here. Some new cards that we're putting in is we have Smoldering Egg. This is a rare from, I believe it's Midnight Hunt. And this is a 0/4 Defender. It's an egg for a colorless and a red. And what it reads is, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, see spells matter, put a number of Ember counters on Smoldering Egg equal to the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Then, if Smoldering Egg has 7 or more Ember counters on it, remove them and transform Smoldering Egg. So the egg hatches and becomes the Ashmouth Dragon. It is a 4/4 flying dragon, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Ashmouth Dragon deals 2 damage to any target. So you get a really good reward for powering up this egg. And the fact that it is a 0/4 blocker on turn 2, that's nothing to scoff at either. So pretty good include. I like this a lot. So we're using that as a 2 of. Also, as another 2 of is where we have Balmor Battle Mage Captain. It is a 1/3 flying legendary bird wizard for a blue and a red. And it has flying, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. So again, a way to bump up your team, and it wants you to be slinging spells. More of that spells matter curve. Again, we have Third Path Iconoclast. You saw this earlier, but it creates 1/1 soldiers whenever you make or cast spells. Chromehost Seed Shark, this was a 1 of in the original build. I pumped this up all the way to a 4 of because this is going to be like one of your best cards. Again, it is a card that wants you to cast spells. It is a 2/4 flying shark for 3 mana. On its own, a 2/4 flyer for 3 is already good, but the rest of the text is where it really shines. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, incubate X, where X is that spell's mana value. So whenever you cast a spell that costs like 3 or 2 or whatever, you create an incubator token with incubate of X. And that X is like, think of it as +1/+1 counters on the incubator. So if you cast Thirst for Discovery with Chromehost Sea Shark out, you then get a dormant 3/3 creature. So pretty good. I like it. Moving on, we got Thirst for Discovery. We were just talking about that, but it's draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land. So either you discard a land, or say you discard 2 spells to make it easier to cast Tolarian Terror. Seems like a good include. Next up, we have the Geist Flame Reservoir. It is for 2 colors and a red. It's an artifact. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter on Geist Flame Reservoir. For a colorless to red and tap, remove any number of charge counters from the reservoir. It deals that much damage to any target. Or pay 1 a red and tap and exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Pretty good still. So like this is a card that you just put it on the table and let it accrue counters, and then you just blow something up with it. The good thing, though, is that the reservoir does not require to be sacrificed to do this, so you can use that ability over and over. And if you are just kind of like hanging back and not really doing anything, at the end of your opponent's turn, you can use that secondary ability to exile a card off the top and cast it at the end of the turn, if possible. Next up, here's one that not a whole lot of people are playing, so you might be wondering what this card is, but is Maniform Hellkite. For 2 colorless and 2 red, you get a 4/4 flying dragon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, that is instants, sorceries, or even this artifact right here, you create an XX red dragon illusion creature token with flying and haste, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Exile that token at the beginning of the next end step. So it creates a dragon token based off of the amount of mana you spent. Not too bad. Then we have Seize the Storm. This is in here because I wanted a way to create creatures that was also an instant or sorcery. And this one works pretty well because it makes a token creature with trample that has power and toughness equal to the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, plus the number of cards with flashback you own in exile. So it can get pretty beefy. And then lastly, we have the Tolarian Terror. If you've played against mono blue, you know about this card. So it's a 5/5 for potentially only 1 blue mana. It says this spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, with a ward cost of 2. So pretty good all over. It's like looking at the entire deck here, I got pretty high hopes for this. This looks like a pretty coherent deck with a lot of synergy. So let's take it out onto the play queue and see how it does today. Okay, so we're looking at 2 lands, a Molten Tributary and an island. We also have Shore Up, the Egg, Volcanic Spite, Chromehost, Maniform. It looks good to me. I think we're going to keep this. Alright, let's start with the Molten Tributary. We're not casting anything this turn anyways. Alright, looks like we're up against red-green. Oh, we're playing against werewolves. Okay, let's play an island and a Smoldering Egg. Place an island into a Kyrian Beastcaller. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and play this mountain. And we're going to start with a Volcanic Spite right here before he starts playing creatures. Yes, a card from my library. Honestly, no. I like what I have. Yeah, decline. Resolve. Next. End turn. Ooh, Kodama. Alright, pass. Alright, end of turn, we'll cast Consider. That Volcanic Spite. I think we're going to keep it to get rid of that Kodama. Alright, cool. We got a mountain, so we'll play mountain. And let's see here. Let's play Chrome Host Seed Shark, keeping mana open for Shore Up. We don't have anything with +1 counters on it yet, but that could change this turn. Goro Goro. Creatures you control gain haste on a turn. Create a Dragon Spirit creature token with flying and activate only if you control an attacking modified creature. Okay. Iron Apprentice. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, if it had counters on it, put those counters on target creature. Okay. Well, now they have modified active. Pass. Alright, my turn. Okay. Let's start. Gosh, which one's worse? That consists of a modified and attacking creature, so we're going to Volcanic Spike Goro Goro. Card into library. Yes, I'll put that card into library. Draw. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Hey, down, buddy. Down. Thank you. All right, next. And that has reach, so we're not going to attack this turn. Let's say end turn. All right, pass. Are we attacking? I see you highlighting your card. Looks like we are. Okay. So we go block here and block here and see what you choose to do. I'm going to cast Kami's Flare, huh? Let's see. All right, cool. Gave me an opportunity to kill that card. All right. Let's play Island. And let's play Thirst for Discovery. All right. Our guy is now a guy. Let's see. We got to discard 2 cards here. So let's discard these 2. Submit to. And then we're going to cast Lightning Strike here. And Ashmouth is going to do 2 damage there. And our opponent says no thank you. He sees the writing on the wall there. All right, so we have Mountain and Island with Balmor, Iconoclast, Tolarian Terror, Lightning Strike, and Seize the Storm. Most of my stuff can be cast, but I only have 2 lands, and I don't want to put that to chance, so let's mulligan that. That's better. We got 3 lands now. Consider, Thirst, Tolarian Terror. Tolarian Terror is going to go back, because that's not going to get cast for a while. So we're going to start with the Molten Tributary, so we can cast Smoldering Egg on 2. Alright, so let's go Mountain into Smoldering Egg. Alright, I see Aspire's headquarters, so we're playing at least Bant right now. Alright, we'll play the Shivan Reef, and we will pass the turn to you, as the rest of my hand doesn't get cast until the end of your turn. Pass. Alright, we'll play Consider, because it looks like you're holding up Counterspell mana. Tributary can go down. My turn. Alright, let's go and play the Island next. You got something for me? End turn. Okay. All right, this is different. Call me of Whispered Hopes. So that applies +1 counters. Cool. Pass. All right, my turn. We're going to cast Thirst for Discovery. That's going to get 4 counters on it. Cool. We'll discard the mountain. Submit 1. And we will also play with Fire this at the end of turn. Okay, let's play the Swiftwater Cliffs. And we're going to cast Lightning Strike. Ashmouth becomes a dragon. And we will attack for 4. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright, pass. Alright, and a turn. I'll cast Consider. Deal 2 to you using Ashmouth. We'll keep the Lightning Strike. Draw a card. Alright, that's an island. So let's go ahead and attack. Alright, we attack for 4. They can't stop it. Let's play Tolarian Terror. And we'll end the turn. Now, great thing about this Ashmouth is it turns this Lightning Strike into a deal 5. Really wants that Calm of Aged Hopes. I don't think you can get out of this. Alright, end of turn. Lightning Strike, your face. And we'll deal the extra 2 to the Kami, so that Tolarian Terror can attack in unimpeded. Yep, that's how it works. Nice. Alright, we got 3 lands. Molten Tributary and 2 mountains. Hi, buddy. Then we have a shore up, a Play with Fire, Lightning Strike, and a Geist Flame Reservoir. So let's keep it. Down, buddy. Alright, let's go play the Tributary first. So we have access to blue on turn 2. Alright, let's go Mountain. Next, end turn. I'm thinking I want to like save my spells for a few turns so I can get the Geist Flame online and the Chrome Host online before I start slinging spells everywhere. Alright, cool. Alright, so he casts Prolic Phyresis, so I know what deck he's playing. He's playing Dimir Toxic. That's fine. I'm actually very happy seeing him tap out for that so that I can do this. His whole thing is going to be killing my creatures to proliferate. Let's go with the island this time. And we will go... Hi! Chill out, bud. He only has 1 blue open, but that is enough to seal the deal there. So let's go ahead and hit next. He could still have counter magic open, regardless of what I do right now. So that shore up won't really benefit my shark because it won't be in play yet. Alright, plays another island. See, he's rocking my favorite island right now. Pass. Right, end of your turn. I will take a look at my top card. Let's seize the storm. Could have been better. Could have been better. Alright, let's go ahead and cast Play with Fire on you. Consider. I'll keep the Consider there. Alright. Let's go ahead and play this mountain. I probably should have waited in case the card up the top would be a land. But let's go ahead and wait it out. End turn. I have a feeling this is going to be a long game. Hello, buddy. Pass. Alright, my turn. We cast Consider. Puts another counter right there. Let's put that in the graveyard. Don't really need another mountain right now. Get that. Let's go ahead and use the Geist Flame. Exile the top card off my library. Ah, it's a Seed Shark. That sucked. Alright, it's fine. My turn. Let's see. Next. End turn. I'm using this in the hopes that like it pulls spells off the top of my library, and not like permanents. Pass. All right. Use it again. Yeah, that's a land. It's no big deal. All right, end of turn. Cast this so we can scry. I probably should have ordered that differently. Use Play with Fire first and then Geist Flame. Bottom. Too much land as it is. And I keep drawing it. Next. Turn. He's doing dick all over there too. So I'm honestly feeling pretty good about this. All right. Land. Perfect. Hi. Let's put that down there. Hit done. Draw a fresh card. All right, still another land. So we are getting absolutely flooded on the lands today. This is not good. I want spells. I want action. I don't want land go. Land go is boring. Infectious Inquiry. Solve. Augury. This is the way you're supposed to do it. Cast all the spells end of turn. Pass. My turn. Alright, cool. Cast Thirst. Finally something we could do at the end of the turn. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know you want to counter it. Stop. You guys want to go outside? Rascus Fall, huh? Alright. Lightning Strike you. Bring the ending? That's fine. It still creates the token. That was probably the most contentious turn of the entire game. Alright, you want to drown it. I'm okay with that. Pass. Okay, so yeah, my turn. Play Balmor. Right, goes to 2, or 12, I mean. Raskus Fall, okay. Alright, we're 7. You just need to put 3 more points up. If you can put 3 more points up this turn, you win. But I don't think you can with that limited mana you have left. Ooh, okay. Alright, let's see what you got. If I untap, I kill you with the Geist Flame. Alright. Drawn 2. Potential. Phyresis. 1 more. You just gotta do 1 more. If you got it, you got it. Don't bluster. He's got it. He's got the proliferate. Well done. Well done, guy. You got it. All things considered, that actually was a pretty good game. Despite the defeat, that was actually a pretty good game. Okay, so here we are for the post-game wrap, and my thoughts on this deck is needs work. It has a few glaring weaknesses. One in that I think it needs a little bit more draw to draw into your threats, to draw into just more spells to power your threats. Another thing is that it has a pretty difficult time dealing with large creatures. Getting rid of like small threats, not too bad, but getting rid of the larger, more problematic creatures, it can struggle a little bit with. The Tolarian Terrors were really good in the deck. The Maniform Hellkite was fun. The Geistflame Reservoir actually did pretty good work in one of my games. The Chrome Seed Shark, very good. Third Path Iconoclast, really good. So if I were to make changes to this, I would probably drop down on a few of my threats, increase the amount of card draw that we're running, and maybe throw a few Fading Hope in for problematic creatures. That's probably my what my next version of this deck would be. But as it is, for a deck that is on a budget and very on a theme, it's pretty decent. It's easily the weakest out of the 3 decks that we played this week. So craft with caution if you're into this deck strategy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my thoughts on the deck. So yeah, if you liked this content, if you liked seeing these kinds of deck upgrade videos, decks on a budget kind of videos, let me know about it so I know whether or not to continue this in the future. But for now, that's going to be it for the budget series. Next week, not sure what we're going to be focusing on. I might do a poll, so keep your eye on the channel for that. So until next time, take care of yourselves.